This trial's only been going since the end of June. So when you look at that time frame, really 2 months in, we have 11 patients through. We have them all discharged after treatment, and we're ready to start assessing the results. And that is really quite rare within the pharmaceutical industry. And we're actually really proud that we could do this for patients and for our investors.
Hello and welcome back to the Proactive Studio. I'm Tyler Tully, and joining me today is Tryptamine Therapeutics CEO Jason Carroll to talk about a milestone in its healthy human volunteer study. It's now completed dosing of all participants in the phase 1B of the study, involving the administration of TRP 8803. Jason, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Tyler.
You've obviously reached this milestone in the study. Can you give us a bit of an overview of the trial initiatives and why it's so important?
Yeah, precision delivery of a psychedelic has been truly elusive for researchers for such a long time, many, many years. There are significant drawbacks also to oral therapy, particularly with products like psilocybin. They're so effective, but it is difficult to deliver them through an oral pathway. It takes 2 hours or longer to reach a neuroplastic state, and up to 10 hours for the actual therapy itself, where you need two therapists in the room at the same time. So it's quite a long time and very difficult for the therapist and also for the patient. And that this lack of precision within everything that the oral therapy stands for leads to an unknown series of outcomes and interpatient variability from one dose in one patient to the next. So those issues are things we have to try and remove in terms of try and find a pathway to an improved registration and compliance perspective. So the first time globally that IV infusion of psilocin has been used and administered over a 2-hour infusion period. This trial's only been going since the end of June. So when you look at that time frame, really 2 months in, we have 11 patients through. We have them all discharged after treatment, and we're ready to start assessing the results. And that is really quite rare within the pharmaceutical industry, and we're actually really proud that we could do this for patients and for our investors.
Reproducible dosage rates are obviously really important. Can you kind of expand on this and tell us why this is?
Yeah, TRIP is really focused on precision and standardized rates as being the key to not only the effective drug development of our product, but also in the navigation of regulatory body compliance. So it's really about what are you intending to deliver? What are the results that you should expect when you give this to a patient? And then should we or should you expect the same result given to the next patient without that significant interpatient variability? As we've carried this dose across 3 different dose escalation cohorts, that's a lower point, which we believe is subtherapeutic, a midpoint that we believe is the key to the dose, and then an upper level to find out how far we can go with treatment. We believe we'll be able to find the optimal therapeutic zone for patients to actually be treated in. And not only does this mean then the best possible outcome for patients undertaking the therapy that we have, but these precision metrics we expect to receive will also allow the best possible opportunity for registration and reimbursement in the future.
So, what's next for the company in terms of clinical trials using TRP 8803?
What's next is we'll follow the blaze that's been set by TRP 8802, which is our oral psilocybin treatment, and look at, obviously we have data in binge eating disorder now, we have data in fibromyalgia, which is the more recent results that were received from our phase 2A program with oral psilocybin. We'll actually start putting 8803 toward actual patients with these conditions into the clinic, and we expect to do that in the first quarter, start at least in the first quarter of 2025. In binge eating disorder, and we're looking very, very hard at whether we can start fibromyalgia as well, based on the very exceptional data that we received in our phase 2A program.
Thanks so much for joining us today, Jason.
Thanks, Tyler. Pleasure.